So, what's your story? You know, everybody in sales needs to have a story. Today I want to tell you about a book I read. Easy read. It's by Seth Godin. Here's a picture of the cover because I don't have the book with me. All marketers tell stories. In fact, it says all marketers are liars, but the are liars is scratched out. It's a really compelling book. I really want you to get a copy and read it. I won't do it justice here in 2 minutes, but what I can tell you is it makes a great case for the value of a story and the way we each have a worldview. And you need to tell a story that will resonate with somebody's worldview. In the past, we've talked about start with why. Remember, Simon Sinek said start with why. Because when you tell people why, you make an emotional connection. And then you can tell them how you do what you do, what your product is. That's easy. But start with why. Well, the why, that's a story. So this book can give you some great examples of how framing a story allows you to make an emotional connection with people. We've talked about our brains in the past too, how we're a pattern matching machine, our brain, and we tend to have an idea or a worldview and we ignore things that don't match that. That's why Republicans stay Republicans, Democrats, they don't usually switch, because once you get on one idea, you sort of ignore anything that doesn't match that. So this idea says you need to focus on who you want your customers to be, or who are your customers, and what is their worldview, and then what is a compelling little story you can tell that will resonate with their idea of the world. It needs to be a compelling story. And by the way, one of the things that makes a story compelling is for it to be true. So if you're a loan officer doing reverse mortgages, you can't tell the story, I want to help seniors with their retirement, if you really just want to make a lot of money, because there will be a hollowness in your story if it's not true. Stories need to be true and authentic, genuine. So I'm not going to try to tell you a whole bunch more about the book. I'm just going to ask you to get a copy and read it. I really think the ideas in here can transform your career and the way you communicate with people. It's a great book. I read it on the plane to Iceland. I think it was actually weeks ago that I read it. But it's an easy read. It's Seth Godin. If you've read Purple Cow or some of those other books, you know. Quick read, but he hits a couple ideas that really get to the heart of the thing. And as always, if you need any help with your story or being authentic or delivering the service that makes your story true, let us know. We want to help. Okay. Speak to you soon.